Technically, all photography is light painting. We use light to shape our subjects, shadows to create depth, and the available light to tell the story. But that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about intentional light painting. Alright, so today we're going to try light painting. We're going to do a little bit of light painting with cocktails, drinks, something to make it look like wow. One of the most important things when you're light painting is that you want complete darkness. Now, I have these panels here illuminating me for the video. When they're off, you can see that it is pretty dark, but there's still a little bit of ambient light. On multiple second exposure, we're going to pick that up in the photo. There's a glass door over there I'm going to block so we could be completely dark. Light painting works with every type of photography, landscapes, portraits, products, literally anything that you can photograph can be light painted. You can do it all in one long exposure by either placing multiple lights in different areas or walking around your subject, light on, painting a little bit here. Now, okay, let's stop, let's go here. Now let's paint this side. Or you could do the same thing with the flash. You walk around one side, flash, walk around there, flash. However you want to do it, but you can do it all in one long exposure, or you can slow things down and do layers. So each part of your image, it's its own layer. So let me see, okay, I'm gonna paint this part here, then I'm gonna go paint that part there, and then you do a whole bunch of images like that, and then you blend them in post. This way you have maximal control. I mean, literally, you just shoot in layers and you remember what part you're painting. You don't worry about your light if it's in a frame because you just want the part that that light is painting. That's what a lot of high-end photographers do when you're trying to get a product shoot or something that is very specific and you want to avoid reflections and you want to get the best light possible in that subject. So literally each stroke hits his own photo. I think every photographer should try light painting because it teaches you a lot of things. How light falls in your subject, how reflections behave, how exposures really work on your camera, that exposure, and most importantly, patience. It definitely teaches you patience. You don't know if it worked until the exposure is over. It could be 2 seconds or 200 seconds. You need to know. You commit, you wait, and then you see, and then, okay, I messed that one up. Let's do it again. And you keep going because it's addicting. The best part is that you don't need expensive gear. All you need is a camera, a tripod, and a light source. Oh yes, and complete darkness. It really helps if you use a smaller aperture like f8 or f11, but the darker the better, especially when you're using longer exposure of 15, 20, 30 seconds. Any light, ambient light, is gonna affect your photo. And you can modify your light to do swirls and stuff with a plastic bag that's bubble wrap, or even a plastic bag like this. Whatever you want, you don't need expensive tools. And if you want to use specialized tools, you can, but the thing is you don't have to, which is the best part about light painting photography. Now for this shot, literally all I used was this little newer RGB light. It's the newer, I don't know, it's a little magnetic light and it gives me the colors so I can change the background and make it unique. I also use this LED light. It's just a little night light, a LED light for camping. And you know, you can on and off easy so I can paint where I need it and then shut it off. I also use this plastic bag because when you have a color inside, let me see, turn this on and see if I get any battery left. It gives me shadow and see? So this is gonna be a little dimmer, that's brighter, so then you can wiggle it and do shapes, and it gives you all of that with just a plastic bag. This bubble wrap, that works similarly because it just stores how the light behaves. So depending on where you put it, how bright you set it, it's going to throw that light there and give you highlights and shadows and different effects. And literally just, that's it, painting. That's the magic of this photo shoot. What else did I use? Oh, the reflector, the 5-in-1 reflector, the diffusing panel, because I wanted a large area to paint. So holding a little bit of distance, because if you go right up to the panel, it's like you have nothing. So a little bit of distance and you paint, it gives you a broader, a much softer look, almost that painted look to your subject. All right, I wanted to jump in real quick and interrupt the video to tell you a mistake that a lot of photographers make. All of us do it. And it's something that we need to talk about. And that's comparing ourselves to other people. That has to stop. Getting inspired by others, that's great. That's fantastic. Getting ideas and putting your own twists onto them, that's great. That's what we need to do. But comparing your work to somebody else's highlight reel or photo that you see here on YouTube, that's gonna destroy your motivation. The only comparison that matters is you today versus you yesterday. You this week versus last week, or this year versus last year. The goal is simple. We just want to improve every time, a little bit every time. And it doesn't have to be a lot, but I want to be very clear about something. If your work doesn't look like some of the photos I've showed you or what somebody else is doing, that's normal. It shouldn't. And I'll admit it, the first few sample photos I made for this video were terrible. They were garbage. I didn't show you those at the beginning because, let's be honest, I'd lose retention and I'll lose a lot of views. Using simple tools like a little flashlight like this or an LED thing to light up your subject or scene and create something unique. But now that we're this far along into the video, I can tell you the truth. Some of these photos were absolutely awful. And that's the point. What you see on social media or on websites or portfolios, that's the final result. You never see the practice shots, the failed ideas, the missed lighting, the shots that kind of worked but not really. No, you see the best of the best. And sometimes it takes dozens of attempts to get that one photo that's worth sharing. And then we post that photo and make you think that it was super easy to do, and it's not. Every photographer I know has done that. We compare ourselves to other photographers, to other people's works, and well, mine doesn't look like that. Well, no, you just did one shot. Compare ourselves to our old selves and not to other people because we don't know how many shots it took to get there. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Now, here's the most important part that people miss. When you think you got the shot, you're literally just getting started. Your first 100 photos are probably not going to be very good. And that's the whole point. Each one teaches you something different. Move the light closer or step back, maybe a little bit higher, maybe from the front. Ooh, what if I do it a little bit lower? Change the angle. And then you're like, well, wow, that's it. It clicks. And that's when the creativity begins. Okay, on a random note, I've been on a mission to create 1,000 sellable photos using a basic light setup and upload them all to stock. But honestly, I got inspired by your work from the last photo contest 2025, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I'll get back to those cocktail photos soon. The setup actually is waiting for me back there. So far, I got about 200 images accepted from 2 shoots and roughly about $5 in sales, which means that setup is going to pay for itself in no time. If you never tried light painting before, I think this is your sign. Grab a light, slow down, and see what happens. I'll see you guys in the next video, and hit that like button while you're at it and subscribe for more photography content. Bye. Oh wait, wrong remote, this one. Too many.